What's going on, good people out there in YouTube land, Internetville, and well, maybe the Smurf Village? I don't know, wherever you guys are at. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Everybody is welcome here, though this channel and all information here is for the state citizen or the national of the United States, also known as a non-citizen U.S. national. But are there more titles? Oh, yes. See, police officers refer to us in their manuals as foreign nationals. See, in their books, they talk about only two types or two classes of individuals: U.S. citizen, which they have direct jurisdiction over, or a foreign national that they don't have jurisdiction over. However, if you're endangering public safety, or they can form joinder and find you in their system as a U.S. citizen or a resident or resident, then they have jurisdiction. So in general, it's like this. None of this information, including you, are above the law. Not even law enforcement, nobody, no government officials, though we will say that they are openly doing things that are against the Constitution. Wow. But that's because nobody, not enough Americans are realizing who and what they are and standing up and holding them accountable. Okay. So the foreign national is equivalent to the word state citizen, equivalent to the word national of the United States or national. This is referred to in the GPO styles manual issued by the government under section 5.23. The natives of the several states will use the following forms: Alaskan, Albanian, Floridian, Californian, New Yorker, etc. So once again, none of this information makes you above the law. Passport, whatever else. If you're endangering public safety in any way, shape, form, or fashion, if you are doing anything criminal, they can still prosecute you. The information that we share here is for individuals, which is all of us, who have a private side, meaning you were born in the Republic area, known as a Californian, a Floridian, a Wisconsinite, New Yorker. That's what you first had. Then by law, you attained the title of a U.S. citizen, which really should only mean a legal person or somebody born in the District of Columbia area. Now, the District of Columbia, actually, if you're born there, you can also be considered a national of DC, which is depicted under Code 8 U.S.C. 1101-21, which is a code that a lot of us used to use because we didn't notice that on Cornell Law EDU, where they have the word state hyperlinked, it references that when using that sentence, the word state in that code refers to the District of Columbia and those particular areas. However, most of us use 8 U.S.C. 1101-22B. A person, though not a U.S. citizen, owes allegiance to the United States of America. Okay? So you actually can pick. That's the whole thing. But when you use the all caps name, you put the mask on and you become a member of their juridical maritime jurisdiction, which is done by the state of Florida, which is different than Florida state, which Florida state is where you get the Floridians from. State of Florida is where you get the U.S. citizens. And the state of Florida, working with the state of California and the state of Wisconsin and the state of Maine, that's a different group of people. They form their own group. It's so big that it's called the public, and they administer over the public. However, you also have a private side. So this particular video is going to be about a very interesting and powerful code when defending yourself. It should not be arbitrarily just used and thrown out there, because if you have done something criminal or whatever else, even this code is not necessarily going to protect you. However, when used effectively, when defending yourself, but you have to understand, if you're out there operating with a driver's license, a state ID, any type of license that they've given you, or you've committed a crime or you're endangering public safety, none of these things are going to protect you because you've done damage or harm to a living person, especially. All right. So, but the minor things, this code and other ones that I've showed you guys here, are very effective. So in introducing this particular code, I found this some time ago, and I introduced it recently to one of my good friends out there, Colonel Vaughn Wilson of Copper Moonshine Stills. You guys might know him as the goat when it comes to the passport process, the do not detain list, and whatever else. That so many people out there have utilized his information, and we're good friends. We communicate almost daily. And so he has updated his website to include this particular information. And after both of us working with each other and critiquing, he now has a final page. So we're going to get to that page in a moment. So, but what are the other terminologies that they use to refer to people in the private? Well, pretty much anything that's not a U.S. citizen. So the IRS will refer to us as U.S. nationals, or for tax reasons, we can be referred to as non-resident aliens. Okay, which is why we use the W8BN, because as a private state citizen or a national, we are in fact foreign to their system. All right. Their man-made system was man-made and has man-made laws. We have the Constitution, religious laws, private laws, and of course, the supreme law over everything here, other than God's law, is the Constitution. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. So though you can contract into being a resident, working with and utilizing the state's codes and regulations, you also have the right and liberty to utilize the Constitution. And anywhere where anybody removes, ignores, or prevents you from exercising your right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in defiance to the Constitution, well, those are deprivations of your rights, which are federal offenses. So, what are other terms that they use for us? Well, the IRS also, in various articles, refers to us as non-citizens of the United States, and we are also known as non-residents. And when we do right to travel, the term non-resident meaning private, I've actually had police officers come to me to my house and refer to me as a private citizen. Okay. If you look up the whole thing, we're actually also referred to as private sector citizens. Okay, meaning non-official. We are also referred to in certain individuals or groups as unincorporated associations, sometimes referred to as individuals, private persons, or natural person. So let's see, is there anything else off the top? But getting back to right to travel, when done properly across the board, you can't just slap a plate on your vehicle and go. It's not how it works. Okay. In the old days, that could fly. Not so much anymore. They want to make sure we're doing things to the letter of the law if we're going to do them. So watch those particular videos on my YouTube if you guys want to learn information, educationally speaking, on how to do those things the proper way. So we're in concerns of the vehicle, when done properly and put into a private trust or a foreign trust, is referred to as non-resident registration or or private vehicle registration, depending on the state. Each one of them calls it a little bit something different. So your state may differ, so it may vary from state to state. So we're going to take a look at a particular code that can be included when you are either doing your lawsuits, fighting for your rights, and anywhere else where they are depriving you of your right to travel privately and freely. And one of the Supreme Court rulings, I believe, I don't remember which case it was, but it said anywhere where the state or the government charges and provides a license to something that can be done freely or exercised freely, you have the right to ignore that with impunity. Now, the reason why federal court cases and Supreme Court cases especially are relevant is because they are the supreme law of the land. When they make a decision, that is that. And those decisions in that court are called opinions. And those opinions are actual law. So when you're going up against them, if you can find another court case or opinion and reference that when taking them to federal court or whatever else, they're going to side in your favor because they've already proven and said, we've ruled on this. We've adjudicated it. Here it is. So you're going to win. But that does not mean you get to speed. It does not mean that you get to do all these things. Well, no. It's not how it works, because the moment you speed, you're endangering public safety. You're endangering my family, me, friends, your whoever else out there. And some of you guys may not care. See, bad people are always going to be bad people. Okay. And I'm not saying if you speed a little bit, you're a bad person. But if you think this is the Indy 500 or whatever else, and I'm look at me, look at me, look at me, then you can totally understand why they would keep a lot of this private, because they don't want people trying to think that they can just do that. It's unfortunate. The American people have been very suppressed. Like when I was over in Europe, you know, they have the Autobahn, people are whipping by, no major accidents, no major cracking on it because they do things right over there. Over here, they like to have job security and a lot of destruction and breakdown of things. Job security. You got to keep needing me. I got to keep charging taxes. So, and why do they do that? Why? Because the U.S. corporation is being not America. We're America. But the U.S. corporation is being manipulated on multiple levels by cabals, the elite, and whatever else through all of our corporations. Why do you think there's food here that over in Europe is not even considered food? They won't serve it. A lot of places won't take any of our food or any of our things because they're so tainted and polluted. But I digress. Let's get to it. So we're going to bring up the code, and then we're going to take a look at Colonel Von Wilson's new page. All right. So let's get this page up here. Okay. And as always, guys, make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. Make sure you guys are eating, you're being healthy, staying fit, exercise, even if it's just a little bit more every day. Even myself, I do a lot of reading or whatever else, and just, snack a little bit. And then, just it's a lot of sitting. Make sure you guys get out of the house, get some of that sunlight. Okay. That helps fight depression and mood swings and things of that nature. We're usually inside under artificial light. Make sure you guys take vitamins. As always, if there's any potential complications to whatever else, talk to your doctor or anybody else who can help you out. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. Just somebody who's been through a lot of stuff and read a lot of books and probably has the equivalency of many degrees, but I've only gone to college for a number of different things, but not everything that I talk about. So I'm just a guy, just like anybody else down the block. So, but make sure you guys take care of yourselves. Try to take a vitamin, like a one a day, at least once a week. Okay. And I'm going to make some videos and going in depth on some things that the average person, needs to know about their health for educational reasons. So those seminars are coming up soon. Okay. So be looking on Black Site 32. Check on the seminars page, check on the resource page, check on all those things, because there's lots of goodies there, guys. If you haven't gone through all the free files and whatever else, and the discounts and the trusts and how to create a trust, and just there's tons of resources there, guys. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to the newsletter. We had 500,000 people go through my website. That is insane. I do not advertise that other than barely on here. Okay. And I think we only have like maybe 10,000 actual subscribers, but I don't even really push that. So now I'm pushing it a little bit. Subscribe if you haven't. But I'm like, what do you know more about my website that I don't advertise? I don't advertise any of the products or services like that anywhere. I don't, like some people, like Brandon Joe Williams, he advertises a lot on Facebook, spends tons of money on it. I don't do any of that. So to me, it's crazy that I only have about 70,000 subscribers on YouTube, but 500,000 on my website. I don't know. Anyways, that's just weird. The numbers, things are weird. All right, without further ado, let's get to it. So hopefully everybody's doing good out there. All right, so we're going to go to Cornell Law EDU. So Cornell Law EDU. Once again, everything that we're showing here is nothing that's illegal or super secret or above top secret. These are your constitutional rights. And as a patriot of the United States of America, we're bringing it to you. All right. So we're going to Cornell Law EDU. Why do I like to go to Cornell Law? And first of all, hi, Cornell Law. I know You guys who write for them like to watch my channel. Um, so it's all good. Maybe you guys are, helping you guys kind of do some extra work there. It's kind of an honor, really. And I know there's government agents who watch my channel, and I also know that there's police officers who watch my channel, some good, some bad, and some trolls, and whatever. It is what it is. So I'm just glad you guys are here to be educated for whatever your purposes are. I really don't care. Nothing here is illegal or unlawful. All right. If I can literally just find it on the internet without, doing something crazy, then it is what it is, right? So as I always tell people, before you guys contact me about anything about how you feel and you're make sure that you guys have read the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence before contacting me. I won't even entertain anything you have to say until you've read that. Lawyer, police officer, judge, one of the three-letter agencies, Cornell Law. Until you guys have read that, don't even remotely bother me. I will not entertain any, yappity yap. Because until you've read the supreme law of the land, you're talking to me. That's like, me owning the house and you're some neighbor kid playing in, my kid's sandbox and you're telling me rules that you're solid on, not even realizing that that sandbox belongs to a superior law. In this case, you're talking about, and yes, I get it. Every day there is more being done in your little sandbox that you guys call the lower courts, or should I use your word, Nisi Prius? Yeah. Gem drop. Some of you guys should go and look up that. And but where did you guys get the power to be sanctioned? So yeah, you guys are doing more numbers in there because we don't have a lot of equity courts anymore because you guys have effectively taken over the lower court systems. Because you guys are the lower court systems. You guys have taken over it. So there's not much, you guys, everything's been corporatized versus, and that's debt versus equity. So yeah, you're right there. But still, yeah, you couldn't exist even tomorrow if the people stood up and said, we're done with all of it. It would shut down. So you can't argue that yours is superior. It's not superior. It's only superior amongst you and your people. But the very foundation you guys are standing on comes from the higher courts and the American people and the Constitution. Okay. So here we are on Cornell Law EDU. And we're going to go to a very unique code that I found. Actually, it's already here in my results. Okay. So I'm not giving anything away super secret. It's just not rare, it's rarely known. We'll just put it that way. All right. So 18 U.S.C. 112, protection of foreign officials, official guests, and internationally protected persons. Now, Wolf, I'm barely on board with you calling yourself a national, which I guess you've already proven through 8 U.S.C. 1101 22B and 8 U.S.C. 1401 and GPO Styles Manual Section 5.23, the natives of the several states. But come on, you're talking about, you can't be serious. I don't see anything that you're talking about in here. Foreign officials, official guests, and internationally protected persons. Wolf, that that can't be. You're okay. You're off the rails, Wolf. The wolf's gone mad. He's lost it. He's lost it. I knew it. Okay. Well, first we're going to read through this, and then we're going to break it down, and then we're going to jump over to Colonel Von Wilson's website before we wrap it up. So, yeah. Hold on, I gotta prove this through Zoom. Zoomity zoom. Zoomity zoom. Magic and wonder are waiting for you. All right, here we go. Should be jazzy now. All right. Dear sweet AI, read it so these people can weep.
Code Section 112 Protection of Foreign Officials, Official Guests, and Internationally Protected Persons. U.S. Code. Notes. Previous, next. A. Whoever assaults, strikes, wounds, imprisons, or offers violence to a
Now, remember, in my previous video, if you didn't see the other one, I spoke about, I believe it's code 8 U.S.C. 1503, denial of rights and privileges as a national. So we have that code too. But this is another one that's equally or more powerful when protecting yourself. And for me, gem drop, side note, I use this particular code on my private ID. Okay. But you can move and do how you see fit. Just saying. But here we go. And this is also on my private plates. Let's go.
a foreign official, official guest, or internationally protected person or makes any other violent attack upon the person or liberty of such person, or, if likely to endanger his person or liberty, makes a violent attack upon his official premises, private accommodation, or means of transport.
Whoa, hello. Oh. Oh. You got a little tree sap right there. Did you hear what they said? Hear what she just read. No? Let's go back. Shall we? Anybody who attacks a person, your liberty, endangers his official premises, private accommodation. So your house is a private accommodation. Or if you're like me and you have named it Lovitica, it's my official premises. Or means of transport. This is why I put this code on my plate. And I do not act as a belligerent combatant. Don't be trying to use this code if you're going to be a belligerent combatant and think you're going to get away with it. Just like in the old days, attacking a dragon or some other monster and beast in the field that's coming into the village. Protection of the public comes first. So if you're out there doing stupid stuff, they don't care what it is, you're going to be taken down. They'll deal with the mess later. The threat has been neutralized. But in general, if you can control yourself and not be a belligerent or combatant, this also does not mean, oh, I'm going to get drunk in my vehicle and I'm private. You can't do anything. No, because you're endangering public safety. Period. So do not try to take my work here and be like, oh, I'm going to use it for nefarious purposes. It's not how it works. This is why they don't want those people. Now, most of you guys are good. And don't hit me up with a consultation trying to be like, well, I wasn't doing anything. I was just being innocent and they just bothered and stopped me. Now that does happen. Okay, but that's not the general rule. And if you're dicking around out there and drunk or whatever else, or on drugs or doing something stupid, none of this will matter. You're endangering yourself and public safety. So don't do it. But in general, whatever your means of transportation is, but once again, I have to prove that you guys can even use this code because I don't see national in here anywhere other than internationally. All right. But I just wanted to point out. So your house, your private accommodation, your means of transport. Let's keep going.
Transport or attempts to commit any of the foregoing shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 3 years, or both. Whoever in the commission of any such act uses a deadly or
Whoever. It didn't say a specific person, people's, whoever. Police officer, judge, lawyer, congressman, any of them. And we all know that officers have a deadly weapon on them. most of you guys don't know that though the officers are operating in the public, they're actually a private unit. They're not lawful like sheriffs across the board. So if they overstep their power, and hello to all my good cop friends out there who I've worked with and talked with, and you know, appreciate you guys. But they have a weapon on them. So this applies to anybody. Let's keep going.
Or dangerous weapon, or inflicts bodily injury, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years, or
So one of the reasons, first of all, like I told many other people before, I don't have any problems with police officers except for the bad ones or the ones who overstep their authority. I do this information for you guys just as much as I do it for the fellow national. Why? Because if you guys don't understand that the people above you, and that's why my good cadet friend, and I won't mention name or the state, found out, though there are some of them above you who do not want you to know this information. Why not? You have a right to it. They are holding you from this information. And yes, police officers, you and the private are nationals as well. This is your information as Americans. When you put that uniform on, they turn you into a U.S. citizen where you don't have the rights. You have to take orders, don't question, and you're waiving your rights to these protections. Everything I talk about here, you guys can do too. And even though I know they give you guys the sovereign C word, okay, oh, they're one of them. There's no such thing. Nobody can be prosecuted underneath that because you'd have to be one and they'd have to own you to prosecute you that under that. They prosecute people under citizens who broke their rules and regulations and statutes and civil codes. But the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights is the superior law. Everything that's done on the state level is done there by agreement when you agree that you are a resident, a U.S. citizen by your choice. You can stop being that at any point in time. You can bounce between both at any point in time. I do this because I do have great cop friends, many of which give me a lot of good inside information. So I know about the blue line. And I don't want to see you guys, even though the people above you don't seem to care, being in prison for not more than 10 years. As a police officer, do you want to be prosecuted on the federal level and not see your family and friends or whatever for 10 years because your superiors don't want you to know about this information? I think you should know about this information. Sheriffs, too, you're not immune. It doesn't say law enforcement anywhere in here is immune to this. I mean, we'll keep going. Maybe I'm wrong. I've read through this. So let's see if they add anything. But let's keep going.
or both. B. Whoever willfully 1. Intimidates, coerces, threatens, or harasses a foreign official or an official guest or obstructs a foreign official in the performance of his duties. 2. Attempts to intimidate, coerce, threaten, or harass a foreign official or an official guest or obstruct a foreign official in the performance of his duties, or 3. Within the United States and within 100 feet of any building or premises in whole or in part owned, used, or occupied for official business or for diplomatic, consular, or residential purposes by a foreign government, including such use.
So for me, I would personally fall under a foreign government because of Lovitica national government that I own. So this would be me. Also, because of that same thing, I would also fall underneath international organization. But let's keep going. Don't worry, I got you guys. I know some of you guys like Wolf. I'm not seeing it. Hey, whoa. Just hold on. Just hold on. I got you.
Use as a mission to an international organization. B. An international organization. C. A foreign official, or D. An official guest. congregates with two or more other persons with intent to violate any other provision of this section, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 6 months, or both. C. For the purpose of this section, foreign government, foreign official, internationally protected person, international organization, national of the United States.
Whoa, there it is. National is included. National of the United States is how they refer to us in the private. As a private citizen, a national, not exactly necessarily a non-resident, okay? Because there are some true non-residents, but we fall underneath that category. So a regular non-resident who's a foreign national of their country, and this does not exactly apply to you, okay? Especially if you're here illegally, okay? There are some things in place for you guys. This doesn't exactly pertain to those individuals, but there it is. Mwah. Oh, we're not done yet. Let's keep going.
States and official guest shall have the same meanings as those provided in section 1116b of this title.
That means, my people out there, and you're seeing it first here. I ain't seen nobody other than me and Colonel Von Wilson putting this information up. And they're telling you right here, I wanted to bring this to you before it could be changed, hidden, modified, whatever else. This is your right. Right here, they bring it all together and they say underneath C that all of these terms shall have the same meaning, meaning they are all equal. They all mean the same thing. So a national of the United States is a foreign government, is a foreign official, is an internationally protected guest, international organization, an official guest. All of these shall have the same meanings as provided under section 1116B of this title. Let's motherfucking go.
Title D. Nothing contained in this section shall be construed or applied so as to abridge the exercise of rights guaranteed under the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States.
You are not going to abridge or bridge over the exercise of my rights guaranteed under the First Amendment of the Constitution. Let's go. America.
States E. If the victim of an offense under subsection A is an internationally protected person outside the United States may exercise jurisdiction over the offense if 1. The victim is a representative, officer, employee, or agent of the United States. 2. An offender is a national of the United States.
So, though they don't put the word America in here, okay, we know which one they're talking about. And essentially, they're saying even if one of our people goes overseas somewhere in a different jurisdiction and we did some BS, they're coming to protect us. Come hell or high water. No pun intended, maritime jurisdiction. All rights reserved. They got us.
Or 3. An offender is afterwards found in the United States. As used in this subsection, the United States includes all areas under the jurisdiction of the United States, including any of the places within the provisions of Sections 5 and 7 of this title and Section 46501, 2, of Title 49. F. In the course of enforcement of subsection A, and any other sections prohibiting a conspiracy or attempt to violate subsection A, the Attorney General may request assistance from any federal, state, or local agency, including the Army, Navy, and Air Force, any statute, rule, or regulation to the contrary notwithstanding.
So what they're saying is that they're trying to work against you. Any of the agencies, anywhere, anybody, whoever, whatever, in some kind of conspiracy attempt or attempt to violate this, the Attorney General of the United States may request any of these other agencies essentially to go against any other agency, country, or whatever else. He may, she may, they may enlist the help of any agency, municipality at their leisure to protect and defend you. God bless America. So now that we know that, okay, but let's take a closer look. Let's look up foreign official. Okay, so in the definition of a foreign official is national of the United States. Okay, let's look up internationally protected person or IPP. Also includes national of the United States. So when you are operating privately in the correct way, they should be leaving you the hell alone. Matter of fact, you go back to being their boss when you're in the private, and as long as you conduct yourself the proper way, they are to take your order. That doesn't mean you can just walk around ordering them around, but you can infer this is what it is. These are my rights. All right. Now let's go to Copper Moonshine Steels. Let's visit Colonel Vaughn Wilson. Spoke to him just this morning. All right, let's see here. I'm sure it's under state citizens protected. So let's see that one. Yep. Here we go. All right, all right.
State citizens are protected foreign officials. Protected citizens. A citizen of a state is also a citizen of the United States as penned in the body of the Constitution. In the definitions 8 U.S.C. 1101, a national of the United States is a citizen of the United States and is also defined as a foreign official. So, citizen of a state equals citizen of the United States equals national of the United States equals foreign official. And are protected. Get your state citizen passport, 18 U.S.C. 11013, c. For the purpose of this section, foreign government, foreign official, internationally protected person, international organization, national of the United States, and official guest shall have the same meanings as those provided in section 1116, b. of this title. 8 U.S.C. 1101, definitions, 22, the term.
All right, so now the rest of this is going to read out the same way that we just read in the previous, okay, all the way down here, all the way down to the bottom. So what does this all mean? This means the same thing that I've been telling law enforcement, and thank you to those people who got it and whatever else. And I chose not to sue those particular individuals. Okay. I gave my fellow man a courtesy to learn some things, and they took it upon themselves to do that. So hats off to them for that. That's how it's really supposed to go, guys. But at the same time, if they're gonna, and this is up to you, you can sue for the first violation or none. That's up to you. But I give this out to my fellow police officers, law enforcement, sheriffs, whatever else, so that you guys understand those bonds that you guys have, okay, that are hidden through what is that, risk management? And this goes out to the federal government. Did you guys know that a lot of these police departments are not allowing people who want to place a claim against the bonds? These agencies are hiding it from the people trying to make a claim after these rights are being violated. But I digress, because if they want to do that, report them to the attorney general and sue them in federal court. But I digress. Really, I put this information out for both sides. not for people to attack police officers, not for police officers to be like, oh, you guys are all sovereign. It's so that we can come to a mutual understanding and break bread. Because here's the thing, I don't want to see police officers who are good, friends and family included, to have false claims placed on them. So people out there, do not place false claims, because then you've made the first uh, fraud in the scenario, and they will prosecute you for that. At the same time, people out there, if your rights are going to be violated and you're operating privately and the right way in commerce, and they want to violate your rights, then yes, you do sue them. If you can't get their bonds, you go after them in federal court. But I don't think it's fair that the higher ups aren't informing the. If I was a police chief, the first thing I would be doing is say, all right, look, man, I'm going to tell you guys this is what's really going on. But there are some people who do not use this information correctly, and those are the ones who we are after. The ones who do it properly. Oh, and by the way, this was a real talk had by a police chief with one of his people after I told my police friend to go in there and speak to him privately. And they said, and he showed him my video. So the chief of police said, look, if somebody talks like Mr. Lovett and everything checks out and they're not doing, leave them alone. They're a private citizen. But he said, if they don't have their things right or they're doing something criminal, those are the people. This conversation should be had across the whole United States of America. But there are some good old boys out there who want to hide the information. They want to run from it. They're so set against private people. But yet, if I were to show up at one of their houses after hours, for just a discussion and some tea, then suddenly, hey, you need to get off my private property. I'm not in official capacity. I'm, I'm being private right now. Well, it's the same thing. They just don't want you to know about private everything that you can have. And why do they feel that way? Because somebody above them put that bug in their ear. Because somebody above them told them, well, we don't like it when they operate that way. So let's keep them from that. So, gem drops. Here's your information. Once again, I'm not saying anybody's above the law, because nobody is, according to what they tell us. So that includes everybody, everybody human. And everybody human is above dead inanimate objects, which are corporations, unless you agree to become property of that corporation, or situs, sitai, zen. Zen is to be calmed. Sitais is to be made property thereof. So they calmed you to make you property of the sitai zen state, a corporation. What's the opposite of a corporation? An unincorporation. Unincorporated association. Non-federal, non-state, private. So once again, guys, use this information as you see fit, but do not be out there as a belligerent combatant. But if you've done everything correct and they deny you of your rights under, was it 8 U.S.C. 1503? Well, we as non-belligerents, non-combatants do not go out there and do physical damage or harm. That is not being condoned here. So the only legal remedy for you is to file lawsuits, and if somebody gets fined, imprisoned, and the municipality itself hope your insurance is up to par, because I've heard some horror stories out there. Well, then that's just good business, isn't it? I mean, we're all here to do business. So I guess the key thing here is that to make sure that all the people out there, all the players, are doing their part correct and lawful, or legal for some of you guys. That's it, guys. That's it. So people keep asking me, why do I use their terms? So what? You're going to use some derogatory term like American state national? There's no such thing other than what somebody created. They created that. I use national of the United States. non-citizen national, foreign national, non-resident, private citizen. But I gravitate towards national United States because across all the mediums, they have to, by law, show us who and what we are if you're smart enough to overstand the information. All right, guys, so that's it. That is it. Take care, take care, take care. And I will be dropping some more fire videos. As always, I am open to donations on Black Site 32. If you want to join the Wolf Pack, go to YouTube, click on join, and pick any level that you wish to support me monthly. So I normally would have put this information in the Wolf Pack, and you guys wouldn't be seeing this for a couple of months to a couple of years. But I decided, you know what, I'm going to put a couple more out on this side so you guys can see some of the actual fire, some of the additional information that we use when operating correctly in the private when dealing with people who want to overstep our rights, freedoms, and liberties. But I have to be true to the people in the VIP section. So I'm going to get back to putting more fire things in there. So if you want to join me and them, that way every time you come to my YouTube channel, you'll then be able to see the new tab pop up that says member only videos, and you'll be able to watch those. So that will be the last fire piece on that level until maybe next year. Everything else will be in the VIPs. Otherwise, by all means, check out Black Site 32, join the newsletter. Don't forget to hit that bell, like, and subscribe. I will talk to you guys later. Stay healthy, aware of your surroundings at all time. Don't entertain anything or anybody that's not for you. Watch out for the scam artists out there, no matter what form, way, shape. It sounds too good to be true. It probably is. You don't need to do every single process that I talk about or somebody else talks about. And for the love of God, stay away from people overcharging. If you looked at the price and you can't afford it, keep searching, keep hunting. Okay. Don't blow out all your money thinking that you need to spend a cajillion dollars to be free. Let me tell you the truth that probably nobody else out there wants to really tell you, or very few. Okay. Well, two things. One, if I promote somebody, YouTube channel, product, or service here, I have vetted them and they are solid and you can trust their product and service. I don't deal with anybody who's not. And if I find out somebody is not providing great product and service, then they will be removed and all of their videos here will be taken down. All right. So be careful about doing some people's processes. Try to vet the information as much as possible. And also, once again, I digress. Everything here you guys can do yourself. Everything that everybody charges, including myself, other than personal time, you guys can find, learn, and do. Sometimes a little cheaper, sometimes for free, and definitely for a whole lot more. All you guys need to know at the end of the day is that your freedom, your liberty, your rights are already inherent in you by the Creator. Underneath the Creator is the Constitution, at least in our lands, the Declaration and the Bill of Rights. That's the superior law. Google search it, ask it right now, and it will confirm what I'm saying. And anybody against that is a traitor to these United States. And certain people out there have a lawful and legal right, especially per their oath, to protect us from all threats, foreign and domestic, no matter what agency or municipality that they hide in. Wherever there is darkness, light will be shed. Either today, tomorrow, but at some point in time, everything will be illuminated. You guys take care. I will talk to you later. We got some more fire videos. Thank you for supporting. If this is your first time, you guys should be hitting that like, dropping fire. I mean, I guess if you don't find any of this content educational or my antics entertaining, because I'm just a madman in a box, known as the Wolf, which by the way, merchandise can be found down below. Spreadshirt shop. If you guys want to get your own drop shipping website for materials where all you have to do is come up with your own logos. This one was done by a good friend of mine. Uh, Spreadshirt. Use my links down below or on Black Site 32. Get your own shop for free through my link. I think they do give me like a little bit of a kickback, or like I don't know, 5%, 10%, something like that. I don't even know. You can have that. So for people out there, you don't have a business, go get started. And coming soon, actually, you know what? Before we go, because this is a fire video, I'm going to see if my cousin, Brian, but much like me, my real name is James, obviously, or is it? He goes by the Gold Dragon. So let me see if I can find his information, and then I will let you guys go. Because he also has his own thing, and I like to promote people who are doing positive things. All right. So this right here is sponsored by my cousin Brian, and he can be found under golddragon.net. All right. So he's still working on his products and things. So this is coming soon. So check back here when you guys get some more time. And he's very big into martial arts, very accomplished, and he's got some fire symbols, logos, and merchandise. So coming soon, coming soon. All right. So, oh, wait, I just got an updated text. Hold on. We're going to bounce back over here, back to the site for Brian. Okay, so it's not Gold Dragon, it's the Gold Dragon. My bad. I think this must be one of his backups, but let's check out the golddragon.net. Okay. There we are. Okay, so I repeat, thegolddragon.net. So if you guys want to support my cousin, take a look at his collection of shirts. He does all of these. Okay. And he's got some merchandise here. All right, shirts, jewelry. All right. My cuz put all this together. It would definitely mean a lot if you guys support him. In the background, me and him are going to be working on some things. I'm going to bring him over to uh, the Badwolf Media channel, which is where we're going to have like open talks and forums. So you guys will be able to meet him. I'm probably going to bring over one of my good friends, Odin. He's going to be on there. So we're going to set up a platform where we guys are going to be openly talking about how we feel, what's going on in the world, life, all that. It's going to be a fire forum. Don't worry, I will still be on this channel doing what I do best over here. Now this I like that wallet. I'm into chains and the dragons, so that's cool for me. And of course, who does not love Bruce Lee? All right. So yeah, if you guys feel like it, you guys can reach out and contact Brian. Remember, it's thegolddragon.net. I'm not going to go through everything here, but it's got different colors, jewelry, clothing, accessories, Bruce Lee stuff, shop all. And you can feel free to contact him. And if you guys do end up communicating over some products or whatever else, just tell him the Bad Wolf sent you. All right. So that's it. I definitely appreciate you guys. And take care of yourselves above all else, especially these days, your mental health. This world will drive you absolutely bonkers and nutty as something with a lot of nuts in it. So, yeah. All right, guys, that's it. Go have a good day. It's summer. It's nice out. I got lots of outside work to do. Spend some time with the lady and the family and all that good jazz. So that's it. Peace.